Welcome back. We'll begin this segment with an update from the Nigerian stock market as we count down to the closing gong. At intraday, the index was down 0.08%. Well, Temple is right on the trading floor to update us on what the latest is now. Temple, good afternoon. Now, the market couldn't sustain Tuesday's positive momentum. The insurance sector was heavily beaten at intraday, down 1.42%, while the all-share index was down 0.08%. So what's driving this sentiment today?
Yeah, thank you, Chimeze. We've seen losses in the markets, as you said. We couldn't sustain that level of momentum that was seen in the markets yesterday. Today we're down. Right now, a few minutes ago, some 2-3 minutes ago, I looked at the numbers. We're down 0.53%, and that's on account of the losses that we've seen, or sell-off specifically now, that we've seen on the share price of Stanbic IBTC. It has lost 1 naira, that's about 2% plus, down to 47 naira now. We've also seen Seplat, which is in the oil and gas sector, dropping 55 naira down to 595 naira. Recall that Seplat has been at 650 naira for quite some weeks now, but this afternoon we saw that sell-off on Seplat. But then earlier we saw a bit of improvement in the oil and gas segment, up by some 0.12%. Right now, with the same level of sentiment we're seeing at the moment, we're not too sure that any form of recovery will come to that sector. The insurance names have also been driving the market in the past few days. That level right now is still being sustained. You know that the segment is one major part of the market that has less capitalization in terms of value now, total value. We've seen Cornerstone moving the market. ICO has done some 14.3 million units, and these two are the major movers in the market. However, we are seeing a bit of profit taking in some other insurance names, talking about the likes of Mutual Benefit, which is now down to 24 kobo after a 10% loss on it. For the banking sector, which was one of the major segments of the market that drove the market yesterday, we're seeing a reversal right now, 0.26%. Access Bank is deeping. Like I said earlier, Stanbic Bank is also deeping. Fidelity Bank is flat. Diamond Bank is about the only one with the cheapest of prices, given a bit of decent entry for investors. I think as we speak right now, it's been up by some 2 kobo, and it's looking like it's going to keep that momentum for now. I think it's around 1 naira 27 kobo as we speak. So basically that's what we're saying in the market. Total volume that has been transacted so far is around 200 million units of shares for a total value of nearly 2 billion naira. Chimeze.
Now, Temple, what are the traders telling you about what probably would happen to insurance stocks? That's the outlook for insurance stocks, considering the recapitalization plan coming up shortly.
So I think it still looks quite positive, if you ask me, because, you know, a couple of them are carrying out recapitalization exercises is across board. A couple of them are now carrying out capital raising by way of either rights issue. I talked about Mutual Benefits earlier. Mutual Benefits, it's a rights issue that has been carried out. For ICO Insurance, you're aware of the private placement that is coming on board. ICO Insurance has crossed 1 naira as we speak, and I'm very, very sure investors will continue to buy into that. A couple of other stocks, talking about the likes of Cornerstone, will also begin to get some investor sentiment in a matter of days to come. Past the last 2 sessions has given a kind of buy sentiment on consolidated hallmarks that did huge transactions and millions in the last 2-3 sessions of these markets, of trading in this market. And I think that is one area to watch as we speak, because investors are looking at upping their gain. National Insurance Commission is yet to say whether the October 1st deadline for recapitalization and rearrangements, given the level of interest that investors have in the Tier 1, Tier 2, or the composite segments, NICOM is yet to say if this will be changed or not. We only know that the implementation date deadline is October 1st. The working date is January the 1st of 2019. Shareholders clamoring for a review of this deadline, hoping that January the 1st will give an opportunity for the insurance investors, insurers generally, to be able to make an entry. Let's look at the likes of Continental Reinsurance, as well as the entities that do a bit of takaful insurance. Continental Insurance, listed and tradable on the NSE, is one of the insurance companies not affected by this regulation. That's what NICOM says. So for a stock like that, we're not seeing movement on it. It's just on one side of things. NEM Insurance has gotten a bit of interest from Eaton acquisition, and that price yesterday, we saw a bit of profit taking on it after it rose to 3 naira 33 kobo during the course of trading. It ended at 3 naira 31 kobo. So that has been gaining a bit of traction in the past few sessions. But I think generally that is a sector to watch, and investors will continue to buy and then sell off, do a bit of load shedding in that sector going forward. Chimaze.
Okay, Temple, we'll continue to watch. Thank you for your time. Now, cashew nut farmers and exporters in Ivory Coast are seeing a slump in sales as Vietnamese buyers try to get out of contracts following a drop in world prices. Cashew nut farmers in Ivory Coast have been struggling to profit from the fruits of their labor due to a drop in world prices. Let's see this.
Curvy, rich in taste and filled with protein, the cashew nut is a familiar ingredient in salads, stir-fries and other meals, in other food products such as cashew butter, as well as in cosmetic and beauty products. But cashew nut farmers in Yamoussoukro, the political capital of Côte d'Ivoire, say they have been struggling to sell their yields, with an estimated 150,000 tons of stockpiles of bags lying around in warehouses.
The cashew industry is really in bad shape. It's in bad shape. We used to sell our cashew at a high price and would benefit from the sales. But I must say, we have been experiencing some serious challenges this year. The price of cashew has been fixed at 500 francs, at about 88 US cents per kilo. Since February up till today, we have been experiencing a lot of challenges. We no longer have partners because they are all gone. Now we only have unreliable buyers who give us a very low price, meaning 250 francs, that's about 44 US cents, 200 francs, that's about 35 US cents, despite the fact that our cashew is of high quality.
Côte d'Ivoire is the world's top cashew nut producer, with an output of 770 tons expected this year. Importers in Vietnam, which has a major cashew processing industry, buy 70% of that production. International prices for cashews have also dropped by nearly half since March, after consumers in the United States and Saudi Arabia objected to high prices.
And that's it on the program. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chimezi Obi Iwagu.